Hello all, welcome back to Python Programming Day 2 session. So here in this Day 2 session, we are going to see how to input a data from the keyboard to the program using input function, and also we are going to see different methods to print a statement. So let us start like this. So in our previous session, we learnt about how to print a string. So the string that we printed called as hello world, and we also learned something about variables, which we are going to see now. So we printed something like this. Within a bracket we have this double quotation, and inside the double quotation there is a string, and whenever we click on run button, whatever there is in the string, the whole string is going to get printed over here. So this way we'll be able to see the output. So we learnt about this, and we also learnt about what is a variable. For example, name. So name is a variable, so this is how we declare a variable. So a variable name, and equal to symbol which assigns the data to the particular variable, and the data that I'm going to give is Sandeep. And after this, if I want to print this data onto my console, then I'm going to use a print statement again, but in this time I'm using a f-string method, which we discussed in the last session, right? So I just told my name is name. So whosoever gives his name, so the same name is going to come there. But you see there is a red color underlined mark. That is because the name that I have given here and the name that I have given is different. So n is small and n is capital, which I'll just take n as capital again. So now this is clear. So if I run this, immediately I'm able to see hello world, my name is Sandeep. So this is what the output I'm able to get. So after learning all these things, after learning also what is variable, I want to show you some different methods of printing a statement. So what is this different method? So I just want to print my name is Sandeep in a different way now. So this particular type of printing is called as f-string method. So I'm using this asterisk. So this asterisk symbol act like a comment in our Python programming. So the interpreter will not read this particular comment. So it will skip this comment and it will just go to the next line. So in that way I'm just commenting this. This is called as f-string method, right? So this is a f-string method. Now I want to print the other data using comma separated method. So what is this comma separated method? How to do it? Let us see this. So I'll just take print. So print keyword will remain the same, it doesn't change. Now I'll just tell my name is, okay, after my name is inside this quotation marks, after this I'll just come out and put comma like this, and then the name over here I'll just put the same name here. So whenever I print this statement, what is going to happen is it will print my name is, which is inside the quotation marks, it is going to print the same, and instead of this name variable, the data inside that variable Sandeep is going to get printed. Now let us see how it happens. So this is for the first print statement is having this, and the second print statement is having this. So now you see how it run and what is the output. So you see both the outputs are same, right? So there is no difference, correct? So I can also print the same output using comma separated method. And there is another method called as concatenation method. So what is this concatenation method? Let us see that. Print. So I'm using the same keyword print, okay, and after this, now what I'll do, I'll just put my name is in this string, and I'm like putting the plus sign, and introducing this name variable here after the plus sign. So why I'm doing this, what is the use of this is, if I want to join, right, if I want to join two different string, so even a word is also a string in Python, right? So if I want to join the string, my name is one string and Sandeep is also another string, but which is stored inside the variable. So I'm just taking the variable name here. So my name is Sandeep. So when I want to join two different variables, or sorry, two different strings, then I'm going to use this method called as concatenation method. So here it goes like this. See, still the output is same. The output is not changing at all. So in this way you can print the statements in many different ways. But there is one disadvantage in concatenation method. So what is that disadvantage is, suppose I want to print the age. For example, I have something variable called as age and the age is 24. So this is called as integer, right? So this is integer type of data, that is nothing but numbers, right? So this number, if I want to print using concatenation method by having another print statement, print my age is the age. If I want to print something like this, now you see what will happen. Immediately I could able to print these three print statements but not the fourth one, if you observe, right? Like, so sorry, like I'm able to print four print statements, that is nothing but hello world, this f-string method, comma separated, and concatenation. First print statement I'm able to print it, but not this one, the fifth one I'm not able to print. Why? Because there is a type error. What it is telling, can only concatenate string, not int to string. So it can only concatenate string to string, not integer to string. So that is nothing but it can join only like this. It can join only string with a string, but not string with the integer. What is there in age? Integer, right? So for that reason, it is telling type error. So you should just keep in this mind whenever you're using a concatenation method, always you should use the same type of data. If it is a string, use string. If it is an integer, then it is an integer. So use the same type of data at both the ends so that you'll be able to join them together or add them together, right? So hope you understood about the different methods of printing a statement. So now let us get into how to get an input from the user. So I'll just retain all of these as it is. Now I'm going to change a little here in the name. I'm deleting my input, but instead of this input, I want the input from the user directly. So I'm just manually entering the data, right, like Sandeep. So if you want to change it, you cannot do it, right? You have to come back to the code again and change this data to your name, right? So this is how you have to change it. But what if suppose I give a provision for a user to input from the console window directly? While it is running, the user can input the data. So how to do that? It is like this. Input is the keyword, okay? So using input function, so please write input in small letters and then open and close the brackets. It will ask for the prompt. What is a prompt? It's kind of a question that we have to ask the user. For example, it's like we can ask, what is your name here, right? What is your name? So when we just ask what is your name, immediately whenever we run this, you're going to see, okay, since I have not put anything over here, okay, the same way I'm just going to input what is your age. I'm running this now. See, immediately it is showing what is your name and it is expecting something. See, the cursor is already there. I'll put Sandeep again over there. So now I'm inputting this data called as Sandeep to this name variable. Okay, so since this is like assigned to the name variable, so whatever the data that I give, it will go and sit in this name variable. The same way the age also. Okay, so after typing there, you have to click enter. After you click enter, it will just come to the next question. It is waiting for your answer now. So you have to give the answer like this, 24, and then click enter. So immediately you are able to see your code running. So I just typed Sandeep here and 24 here, but you'll be having a doubt. Since you told using this concatenation method, it cannot concatenate the number. It can concatenate only with string to string or string to number to number or integer to integer. But you are telling now you are getting the output 24. How it is possible? So that is possible because whenever we take an input from the user, always the program consider that as a string. Even though you type number is also one of the characters, right? So for that reason, the program will always consider that as a string and not as an integer. For that reason, whenever we input something from the users, it is always a string. So if you want that to be an integer, then you have to convert that back. So that conversion and all, we are going to see that in our next sessions. But now you understand, whenever you input something from the user, it is always in the form of string. It is not in the form of integer or any other data type. So you have to keep this in mind and then work accordingly. Okay, so see here, I'm able to get the output, and again I'll just run this and show you some different outputs. Say for example, let me just type the name as Surya. The age is maybe 10 years. Yeah, so you can see my name is Surya and the age is 10. So since we have a lot of print statements, it is printing multiple times, but anyway this is in the different formats. I just want to keep it as it is so that you can practice these formats, and whichever you feel easy you can use it. Okay, and in comma separated method and f string method, there is no limitation of using your data type. So you can put any data over here. It can be integer, it can be a string, you can put anything, it will work. But only in the concatenation method, if it is a string here, then variable should also be string. So that is the only drawback of this concatenation method. Otherwise, this is also a very easy method to print the statements using variables. So hope you understood this particular input statements. So the assignment for you guys is, you have to create a small app that is nothing but band name generator app. So what is this band name generator app? Let me show you now. So I am showing you the output of the band name generator app, and please observe this carefully. I am also going to explain you how to create this app. And the programming part, we have discussed it already, the concepts that we have discussed already, so that remains the same, and you have to just change few questions, and you can use one of the print statements to print this particular data, and that is your challenge. And now let me run the code. So when I run the code, it is welcoming us, this particular app is welcoming us by telling welcome to band name generator. And the first question that it is asking is like, what's name of the city you grew up in? For me, it is Bangalore. Okay, after typing Bangalore, I'll just put enter. Then what's your pet name? My pet name is maybe Rex. So immediately it is going to give you the answer as your band name could be Bangalore Rex. So this is how this app is working, right? So hope you people have already got some hint how to do this, but still let me just give you some hints. So this is nothing but the place that you grew up in, right? So you can just give the variable name called as place, and you can just have an input function over there so that you can ask the same question, like where's what's name of the city you grew up in. So that can be the question. And the second variable that you can ask for is like a pet name, right? So you can directly name the variable as pet name itself, and you can ask this question, and whenever the user is inputting the answer, you can just store that there, and later in one of the print statements you can use this two words to join them together, and that is left to you. You can use any method for that matter, so you can use that. I guess it is very simple. And now you might have one question, sir, how you are able to print the Bangalore at the bottom. So let me just explain you that. Okay, so if you see here, whenever I run the code, it's always coming next to the question itself. The cursor is always next to the question itself, right? So how to get to the next line? So we can get this to the next line by putting \n here. So this \n symbol is available right above your enter button in the keyboard. So please, I'm repeating, it is available right above the enter button in your keyboard. So you can make use of that particular symbol \, and you can put n. This means it will take the cursor to the next line. So you can do the same thing over here. N will take the cursor to the next line, and you should not put the \n outside the quotation marks. That is not allowed. Then it is error. So you will get the error. So for that reason, you should always place this \n inside the quotation marks. Hope you understood. And now let us run the code. See, I'm already getting this on my next line, and my age is 24. Let me just type like this, and I'll also put some small space here so that there is a space between these two. Okay, hope you understood, and we will again meet in the next session to learn more. Bye, take care.